Welcome to Comically Comics, your one-stop listen to all things comics. We're talking books, movies, TV shows, video games, and more. I must forewarn you, though, we are a spoiler cast, and what that means is we consider all properties, past, future, and present, to be valid, and we will spoil the hell out of them. I'm your host, Michael, along with my two co-hosts, Richard and Jeremy, and with all that being said, let's get started.
All right, it is August 17th, and I'm sick. So
very sick.
We're going to talk about Eyes of Wakanda today. It's an animated series. It's on Disney Plus. 4 episodes. They all dropped at the same time. Interesting enough, these were written by Mark Bernardin. And if you don't know who that is, he is like, I guess maybe host now or co-host of what used to be like Fat Man Beyond. But now I believe it's called Black Man Beyond. So.
Really? Wait,
Richard has a look on his face.
The writers I have is Jeffrey Thorne for episode 1. Episode 2 is Mark Bernardin. 3 is Mark. And 4 is Jeffrey Thorne.
Okay. I saw Mark on all of them. So,
yeah.
But maybe it was a typo. I just thought it was cool because it's like, I don't know, Mark. It's fun to see Mark's name on stuff.
Yeah, I didn't. So I'll be honest with you, I don't even know who that is. Like I know
Mark Bernardin.
Yeah, like I know the Fat Man Beyond stuff. Well, I mean, like that's the Kevin Smith stuff, right?
Right. The co-host, the black guy for that. Yeah.
Okay, so he's the okay. I know who you're referring to now, though.
Yeah,
I didn't listen to Kevin Smith's podcast all that much, to be honest with you.
Oh, I got you. Well, he did like a couple episodes for Castle Rock, and then he's like he's a big writer and other things. He's made his name.
That's cool though. Regardless, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought you would recognize the name. That's the only reason I was bringing it up.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I'm sorry. I have failed.
No, you're good. I failed. All right, let's start off with episode 1, Into the Lion's Den. Nani, a former Dora Milaje prospect, has been tasked to return Wakandan tools to Wakanda. The lion, a former Wakandan war dog, has other plans for them. What is y'all's whelming on this episode?
On this particular episode, I will say that I'm pleasantly whelmed. Throughout the whole series, I enjoyed the animation. I thought they did a good job with it for the most part. To me, oddly enough, like I don't know, for some reason it almost gave me. And the only reason why I guess I thought of this because we watched it the other day. It almost gave me like Prince of Egypt kind of vibes. Just the animation a little bit.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, I enjoyed that. And this one I liked because to me, it seemed like this one had out of the 4, probably this one had the most like fighting, it seemed like. Granted, like the other ones have a good bit too. But this one just seemed like every time she turned around, she was fighting somebody.
Yeah.
So I think they did a good job with it. It was a good setup episode, and then just really understanding kind of where they were going. I mean, you didn't know what was going to be brought on, but you at least kind of understood the overall plot line of like finding the artifacts and things like that. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good start off.
Nice.
I kind of echo Jeremy. I was pleasantly whelmed. I think we talked a little bit about this when like one of the Comic-Cons was mentioning it, or D23 or something, and I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. And I've just kind of been like, I liked the What If series, and I hate the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man animated series, mostly just due to the art style and animation. I think it's just the cheapest looking thing out there.
Yeah.
And honestly, this one, when the first episode, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see you. Okay. Like, oh, we're actually doing something here. We actually have a style, and honestly, all 4 of these episodes, the animation is slick, it's clean, it's nice. I kind of jumping ahead. The 3rd episode is probably the sickest animation in my opinion, but yeah, I'm pleasantly whelmed. I thought this was a great start.
Nice. I thought the animation was meh. I was okay with it. It's different than What If. and it's different than Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man for people who have seen those but haven't seen this yet. I thought story-wise, I thought it was a fantastic story. I love the story. I loved all the action with it. Like kind of talking about what Jeremy was saying with the pacing. I don't necessarily know that there was more fighting in this episode, but the pacing is like once you got going, it's like they didn't let their foot up off the gas and like they just kept going with it. And I love that. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a good start for what I felt like the series was going to be as well, kind of giving you that base ground for it. So I was good with that as well. So I was pleasantly whelmed. I was, talking to y'all beforehand about it because I'd already seen episode 1. I was kind of shocked by the amount of violence that we had in this cartoon, like and then the blood they were showing and whatnot. Not that it's a gory show or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. It's just I didn't anticipate any at all, and so to see what we did see, I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right then.
Because of that, I looked up the rating. It's rated TV 14, so it's definitely saying it's not for kids; it's for teenagers, and particularly like older teenagers.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. I think that is a solid rating for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too, because it wasn't anything like way out of there. For the record, I did not have my kids watch this one. This was partially on Michael's. He had watched. He had watched the first one. Yeah, you had watched the first one. Said that there was a little bit of blood in there, so I was like, all right, I'll watch the first one myself and see how it goes. And I don't think it's anything terrible, but yeah, it's definitely toes the line a little bit. So yeah, I agree on the rating there. I like that.
I feel like this one and the second one were probably the most graphic of the 3.
Really?
I don't feel like the other ones were.
3, definitely not. 4, there's a lot of like people being impaled by like bug legs.
Oh yeah, yeah. That one. Yeah. Whenever. Yeah, we'll get to that one, I guess. I was going to say a certain scene, but yeah, I'll save that.
Mm-hmm.
I was falling asleep during the last one. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
have a little bit more monologuing, but
yeah. I'll save my comments for the 4th one when we get to it. But yeah.
So what do y'all? I think the main character of this is a character named Nani. And like I said, she was meant to be a Dora Milaje, but I guess just didn't abide by the rules. And like, it seems like Wakanda has more secrets than Victoria. And so like, it's not only do we have the Dora Milaje and like we keep our town in secret, but we also have this secret organization of the War Dogs. And I don't know.
I mean, they kind of, I appreciate this for flushing out the War Dogs because they just kind of very hand wavily explained the War Dogs in the first movie. And because that's what Nakia, the mother of T'Challa Toussaint.
Yeah.
She's a war dog. She mentions.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the first one she mentions that she's a war dog, and that's why she lives outside of Wakanda, and she's constantly doing things.
Okay, and that's cool. I didn't realize that.
I think I'm trying to remember that movie, but I think she's the one that gets notified about Killmonger stealing the pickaxe artifact, and that's how that kicks off that movie. Really,
got you.
But yeah, I appreciate them kind of flushing out like this is the War Dogs, this is what they have to deal with, and stuff like that. Yeah, we kind of all agreed. I feel like, but the first episode's a solid, good. Like this is the kind of tone that we're setting for the series and what we're doing. And all the episodes were short, but in my opinion, I feel like they were so well paced. Like one of the reasons why I think I like this is because of how short they were. I could just watch them and just move on with my life. Like, they were just really good and short and sweet to the point.
Yeah, no, I agree. I almost like, I feel like with this first episode though, they started out on like a really strong foot. So much so that I feel like I set the bar high for the next 3 episodes, and I feel like I was let down a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I kind of felt that by episode 2. Episode 3, I don't know. I fucking loved episode 3, and then episode 4 kind of like started strong, and then the end was just kind of Okay, well, that was a thing that happened apparently. I love the fighting in this episode.
Yeah.
We learned that, what is it? Lion. He has like all these like what generals or henchmen that are like from different races. There's like a Hawaiian like whatever
Samoan,
warrior. There's a Viking warrior, and then there's I think like a Japanese Ronin or something. I forget.
Yeah.
Anyway, the fighting between Nani and like those three was just slick as fuck. I loved the fighting between her and Lion himself.
Mm-hmm.
I love that part. I don't know why it's like the way the sound design was done and everything, but when he like takes off his cloak or his jacket or whatever and he like flings it at her, it was just a really cool moment. The way like it was animated and drawn, and then the like sound of it like flying past her, all of it was just really cool to me. I do like the art style, but this one, I don't know, it took me aback. Because it reminded me a lot of, I don't know if y'all have ever seen the Star Wars Clone Wars, like 2D animation, where everyone has this like over exaggerated features. It honestly reminded me of like the caricature drawings that you get when you're at like Disney or wherever, you know what I'm talking about? Where they like, they'll draw you with like a big goofy nose or head or whatever it may be.
Right.
It kind of reminded me of that. So it took a little bit of getting used to. But for the most part, I appreciate that it did something more stylized than What If or the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, I agree. It was nice, like just refreshing. I guess something different. Which maybe they have to do that to a certain extent to kind of like. Is it good that they do that to kind of differentiate themselves?
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of made me mad because I was like, why didn't Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man get any of this kind of treatment? Because I was just like, I don't know. It just looks, I was very mad. I was excited about Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And then when it came out, I was like, I hate this. I hate this animation so much.
It does take getting used to. That's funny. Well, I have nothing else for episode 1. So
the only two comments I have, and it's more of a visual gag, but the head of the Dora Milaje lady, she has those like African neck rings that like stretch your neck out. Yeah. And just the way she's drawn reminds me of the like turtle sage from Kung Fu Panda. So I just wrote down like, corporate wants you to find the difference between these two photos. They're the same photo. Like it is almost identical to it. The other thing that was weird was I had just seen which is on Hulu and is owned by Disney, the Predator Killer of Killers. And one of the first like stories in that is dealing with a Viking shield maiden who has a white braided ponytail. And there is a Viking in this with a white braided ponytail, and the art style is very similar. And I was like, is this the same universe?
Yeah.
Which is also weird because in the 4th episode, there's something that clearly I'm like, is the fucking Predator in this?
Right.
Anyway, but that's all I have for this.
I got you. Cool. Episode 2, Legends and Lies. During the Trojan War, Wakandan war dog, Bakai, is tasked with retrieving a Wakandan artifact. Undercover as Memnon. Thank you, Memnon. He has formed a bond with Greece and the warrior Achilles. However, this friendship will be tested on the siege on Troy. So Whelming's on this episode in the story. What do y'all think?
I'll say this one. I'm whelmed to pleasantly whelmed. I mean, it was okay. I'm still enjoyed it for the most part. I don't know. It was just a little bit. It was the slower of the 4, in my opinion. I know you said you were falling asleep on episode 4, but to me, this one was a little bit slower. But I again still enjoyed the animation. I mean, did he change history any? I don't know. Like part of it, whenever he was fighting Achilles, I was like, this is I don't remember the whole Greek mythology stuff there, but I was like, I don't know if this is the way he actually dies or not. But
No,
So-
it's more of like a alternate telling of the story. Like not alternate, but like it's like one of those things like it fell into legend and as time went on, I guess it changed. Cuz like Memnon
I
is a
gotcha.
character from the Achilles story.
Yeah.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was
I
an
didn't realize
actual
that.
character.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's good to know. But yeah. So yeah, like I said, I was pleasantly whelmed on this one.
Nice.
I guess it's going to be just nothing but echoes in this. But yeah, I was pleasantly whelmed with this as well. I think you're right. Like you kind of nailed it on the head, Michael. Is like they started off so strong. So like these other two, like this next one was just kind of like, okay. I didn't hate it by no means. I thought, again, I like the art style. I like the animation. The story was pretty strong. I just thought the other one was better. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I dropped down to Whelm. Like I was so hyped with the first one. I was so ready for what this show had to show me. And it's like we just dropped down into like the gear below and just started drugging along. And I was just like, oh fuck, I was not expecting this. This is taking a lot longer than anticipated. So I like the fight at the end between Makai and Achilles. I thought that was fantastic. I feel like this goes to the trope again of like, if y'all just talked and were friends like you were at the beginning, then you wouldn't be having this. So that was kind of something that bothered me with the story itself. But I guess it had to end that way, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, outside of that, it was okay. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't that, like you said, it was nowhere near with to par with the first episode. The first episode just that set it up for like, yes, let's get the fuck going.
Mm-hmm. I did like the fight between Achilles and Bakai or Memnon, whatever you want to call him, but the specifically I wrote down that sword spin catch was slick as fuck.
Oh yes. That was awesome.
And I wanted a cooler solution to the fight. Like I knew once his name was revealed as Achilles, I'm like, oh, clearly someone's gonna cut his heel and that's like the end of him. But I wanted something, especially when it's revealed. One of the cool things I also like about the series is seeing the evolution of the Wakandan tech throughout history. And we get a good look at that one where he has his little, what I call like a Wakandan pager or something. But I was really hoping when he fights Achilles, he like activates his like Wakandan like gauntlet things. And I was kind of hoping, they know it's technology, but being that it's Greece and all that stuff, maybe they thought it was like, weapons of the gods or something like that.
Yeah.
And he could have said like, oh, I'm a god from Olympus or something. I don't know. And that would have been kind of like a cooler solution. And like, I have to recover this.
Yeah. Well, especially when Achilles, like when he struck the stone from the pendant that they retrieved, and he's like, you're after this magic or whatever. Like he was already setting it up for him. Like,
Yeah.
But let's be real. I don't know that Bakai was really that smart of a guy.
Hey, he was pretty smart. Didn't he come up with the Trojan idea? Was that him? I can't remember.
No, that was the general over them all.
Yeah,
he threw the horse over to Bakai.
Okay, so it was
that was Odysseus that came
Odysseus.
up with it.
Okay,
yeah. I like this idea of seeing different things throughout history and how Wakanda may have had a
hand
thing
in it,
involved in it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
a different side of like not necessarily what if, but like kind of like what if.
Yeah.
Like here's a story that we're all familiar with,
it's
and here's
world
how
building.
Here's how the Marvel world was actually involved in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that again takes you into like. What was the video game? 1776 or something? No, not 1776. That's a book that's coming out. It was like a World War II story, World War I with Black Panther and Captain America.
Oh, yeah.
That video game that's supposed to have been coming out for
like
years
1942 or something. Because it's around like World War II or something.
Yeah.
Oh, hasn't it come out yet?
Uh-huh.
Oh, has it?
No, it has not.
No, yeah, I didn't think it had. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it hadn't come out.
But like adding to that, I think that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just world building. And I appreciate it like this is what Wakanda was up to throughout the years. And again, I like it because it establishes like what exactly the purpose of these war dogs are.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know, it's really cool. I definitely wanted to see more. Like, I'll be honest with you, I was kind of like, man, only 4 episodes? But that's all I got for this one.
Yeah.
Same.
This one didn't have a whole lot of action packed to it. So
Yeah.
that's about all I had to.
On to episode 3, Lost and Found. Bashar has returned an artifact to Wakanda. However, that's not all he brought back. I was probably the most hyped for this episode out of the entire series. And it's because of a character that's finally introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like officially. And so I'm curious what y'all's thoughts were on this.
I enjoyed this one a lot. I'll agree with Richard that like this one's probably my favorite. And honestly, like, I mean, just true to form, I didn't necessarily pick up that she was Iron Fist until she said, "Hey, I'm Iron Fist." Which I should have, just seeing her like, and then I'm like, oh, seeing her mask, like I should have recognized that. But
That's what I was
especially
going to
playing-
ask.
I was about to say,
playing Rivals, I should have.
yeah,
I should have picked that up. I don't ever play them though. Like I in that game, but yeah, I should have.
I love Iron Fist in that game.
Yeah, but sorry to get to like the whelming part of it. I was I'll say like I don't know if I was quite overwhelmed, but I was definitely on the high end of pleasantly whelmed. I really, again, really enjoyed it. I thought the fights between her and Basha, or like Abasha.
Yeah, it's Basha.
However you say his name.
It's Basha.
They were good, yeah. And I even liked like his character and like the banter that he had with everybody and things like that. So I thought that was kind of fun, just being a more of a lighthearted, lighthearted agent and everything. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was definitely overwhelmed with this one, or overly whelmed with this one, because I don't know. I always like, I have all my notes ready to be taken and whatever, and I write like I was, and I leave that blank after I watch like an episode or a movie or something, and I wrote overly whelmed because I just thought the fight choreography with Iron, like to me this was like a, hey, we're sorry about Netflix's Iron Fist, so here's a good Iron Fist. I like, oh man, I love the sound design that like it literally made like a Kong noise when she would punch, and it was just really cool.
Nice. I was like lower end of whelmed on this episode. It just
Really?
It ain't right. It ain't right.
this episode was so slow to me. Like I just couldn't get into it at all, and I was thoroughly excited to see the Iron Fist. I knew there was gonna be an Iron Fist in this episode, and like as he's leaving, it was like I'd already heard the rumors about it being a girl, so I assumed it was the girl that he was like left the bed from and stuff like that. So like I already knew about it, and I don't think it's because it was spoiled that it
I think it
bothered,
is.
like-
I think we're starting to learn, because there's so many things that you're like, it's whatever, and then we find out that you spoiled it for yourself.
I don't know. I think the fighting was cool. I think it just took too long to get to it for me. Like it just for me, it was just an anticipation, and I was not there for the build up. Like I just wanted to get there. Let's go. Come on.
Well, see, that's because you spoiled it for yourself.
Yeah.
You saw that, you knew that she was Iron Fist, so you got to get to that fight.
No. I like watching a story play out. Like I'm good with that. But like this felt like it took forever. I was just like, oh, I've had enough. We need to go.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. I don't know. Maybe we were having a fever dream or something, because like it was very like before we knew about it, it was like she was like attacking the people in the hangar bay and stuff like that. But anyway, again, I like the technology that we see. They have like at this point they don't have the weird hovercrafts that are in like Black Panther or Wakanda Forever, but they have like these glider plane looking things.
I thought for a second that was a Nova spaceship. The
It
way
did
that it
kinda-
was designed and
Yeah,
it looked.
it does kind of look like that.
I was like, That kind of looks like a Nova spaceship. But then I saw like when they got in the hangar, there was a bunch of them, and I was like, oh, they got a whole fleet of Nova people. That's cool.
Yeah, immediately though, like I kind of knew there was an Iron Fist because of one of the trailers, but immediately when we saw that village, I was like, "Oh, this is the Iron Fist one," because it looked very much like Kung Lung from the Netflix series. So I was just like, "Oh, this is the one." The fight scene between him and her is I don't know, it's just well choreographed. I love when they're fighting on the weird, like I called it Tron because it looked like Tron to me with the like colored like shipping containers on the rails. It just reminded me.
The Underground Railroad.
Yeah. It was very like just very Tron looking to me, and I thought it was cool. But yeah.
See, like we started out with like this chase scene, and I was down for that, and then of course we had to get our way back, and then it's like they had to build up again, and I think that's what it was that threw me off is that like I was hyped up, like I already knew about the episode, and then we get that chase scene, and then we're like drop it way back down just to try and start building it back up again. Like, no, you already had me. You should have just kept me there. Not in for these uppers and downers.
They didn't have me because I didn't know it was coming. But I don't ever know it's coming. So
the other thing I like is we see like more like Wakandan tech when they're fighting in the artifact room. Like he pulls out what I call the Wakandan web shooter. I thought that was really cool. Also his like mirror shield thing, that was neat.
That was cool. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember some other stuff. But yeah, like I love that they used the Iron Fist very sparingly. Like it wasn't used multiple times. But when it did, it was really cool. And again, I love that sound design. So like, I think they made it sound like it's actual like iron hitting something because it made this like metallic, like bong noise.
Yeah. I like that they have established, I guess now that the Iron Fist can't break vibranium.
Yeah,
because there was something he was wearing. I don't know if it was a gauntlet or what, but the iron, like she'd powered up and she'd hit it, and I was like, "Did she break it? Because I thought she would. I thought the Iron Fist would have been able to break vibranium, but I was apparently wrong."
Yeah, I don't think it should, in my opinion, because it's just focusing your chi into like your fist, and then your fist is like powerful enough to like maybe break steel and stuff, but maybe not vibranium or especially adamantium.
I got you.
I can't help but talk about this without talking about the thundering dumbass from the Netflix series. But I was just like, again, I just was like, man, this just like, for our listeners, if you get a chance, because it's probably on YouTube, just YouTube the fight scene between Danny Rand and the security guards at Rand Industries or whatever it's called, and then compare it to this fight scene between Iron Fist and what's his name again, Basha. Like, well, there's one part where she like does this multi-punch like attack, and it's just way cooler than him. Just, I don't know. It looked like bad dancing to me in that series. And I know it's animation and it's a real person, but regardless, like they even later in that series, he fights a guy who knows like Drunken Master. And I'm like, this guy is way better of a martial artist than the actor who plays Iron Fist.
Yeah. I like this version of the Iron Fist. I kind of wish they would have gone with a comic book version of the Iron Fist because like, and I know I guess we haven't seen every single version of the Iron Fist in comic books, but this seemed to have been made for the TV show. And so I don't know. I would have liked to have seen one that has come around. Like there's been boy ones, there's been girl ones. So I'm not even talking about that. I'm just saying like in general, just a comic book version of the Iron Fist that, you know, you could go back and like get people interested in other versions. So,
yeah, because they introduced that one that was from the comics in the What If episode where he was like a little kid. It was the Shang-Chi is like a cowboy with Hawkeye episode.
Yeah, that was one of the better ones. Yeah,
but yeah, I was looking her up to see if she was because I don't know everything about Iron Fist, and yeah, she isn't one, which is which is weird because I'm sure there's a female Iron Fist that they could have used. Regardless, though, like I still like I liked her design. I like that the helmet is like armor almost instead of just like a bandana.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was kind of cool.
I love the design. I did think the design was really good. Like it's something totally different than we've ever seen. So I did like it a lot.
The the funny thing though is the fact that he slept with the Iron Fist. I made a dick joke of he got that iron dick.
Don't be gross, Tammy.
That's funny.
The other thing that they said something about like, oh, this could mean doom for Wakanda, and I was like, oh, doom, you say?
That's funny.
The solution was kind of silly with the like at the end they just hide her and they're like, oh yeah, this was just a training exercise. Yeah, that's what it was. Like that felt very like, okay, now you're giving me mixed signals. Is this for kids or is this not? Because this feels like a goofy like kid ending.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that the government's explanation for everything? It's just a training exercise.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's what they say. What movie is that from? Is it Men in Black? I don't know.
Yeah. You witnessed a training exercise talking to a group of people in the alleyway. Yeah. Yeah, I think of the penguins from Madagascar. Smile and wave, boys.
It was also
I've not seen that movie.
it wasn't also an Iron Man.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of. Yes.
Yeah,
you're right. Wow, look at you, Jeremy.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm doing things.
You're talking about when the jets went down in the first Iron Man movie. I got you. I know. Yeah.
Where he's
Because he was talking to Rhodey, and Rhodey's like, "What do you mean you're there? What We're about to blow this little man out of the sky."
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I like I laughed when they couldn't remove the vibranium tongue from the dragon statue. And then she's just like, "Wah, tink." I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah. And then, of course,
never.
Well, now you have to say it, Jeremy.
I think she vibrated it off.
Yeah.
Don't be gross, Tammy.
And then I forget what he says, but I love the line of like, he's like, "Why are you like this? Like, what are you doing?"
What gets me about it is like, what kind of cricket weapon, to bring it back to Men in Black, is that? For it to be just this little thing that looks like a tongue. Like, what was it supposed to be before? It was a tongue in a statue.
I don't think it was a weapon. I think it was just literally a hunk of vibranium that they formed into a tongue.
It looked like a vibranium bookmark is what it looked like.
Maybe that's what it is. They use vibranium for everything. It's this, like in the last episode, he used it as like a spray to heal his wound. And I'm like,
that's true. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm like, I'm pretty sure they don't do that shit in the comics. Like vibranium's not used as like an end all be. It's just a metal that they can use. And it's just really powerful, absorbing energy.
I mean, they use it for healing factors or stabilizing factors, I guess.
That's true. They did do it in the movies, which was weird to me even then. But I get it. It's supposed to be, again, they're trying to show it's like it is the most advanced city on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Like they've had this technology back during like Grecian, Roman times. They had like ways to like heal yourself and send text messages.
Morse code, yeah. They Bruce Wayne that shit. They were like, we're not. No, you save all those granules in that powder. We're going to heal ourselves with it.
Yeah,
we're going to do it all. Every last bit of it.
Yep. Well, that's it for me on this episode, man.
Yep.
Cool. Good. Episode 4, The Last Panther. 2 Wakandans have the choice to complete their mission or save their future world. Jeremy, what's your Willie?
On this one, I will say I was still pleasantly whelmed, but I was on the lower end, but I still at least still stayed in pleasantly whelmed. It wasn't like the second episode. I enjoyed this one more than the second episode.
Poor second
I
episode.
thought, yeah, Achilles, he just
Got a real Achilles heel.
But I liked the kind of future aspect of it, and I mean, I liked the banter between what's his name, Coda and the Prince, or Kuda. It's either Coda or Kuda, one of the two.
I think it's Kuda. Like Barracuda.
Okay.
Prince Tafari.
Yes, Prince Tafari.
There you go. It was fun watching that whole thing going down. But yeah, and this one does have a little bit more like monologuing, I guess, a little bit. But I think they still did a decent job, at least like doing the whole thing of like putting them into that future, letting the two of them see the future a little bit. I thought that was kind of interesting. So again, like I said, on the lower end of pleasantly whelmed.
Got you.
Yeah, I'm whelmed with this episode. I think this is my least favorite episode. It, like I said, it starts off strong. I'm like, okay, cool. They missed a perfect opportunity to call this episode "Days of Future Panther." Just saying.
Yeah,
and yeah, so I'm just kind of whelmed with it.
That's even like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, that's exactly what this is. Like, this is Days of Future Past, but for Black Panther. Like, that's
no, that's exactly what. When I got done, I was like, oh, it's Days of Future Past with Black Panther. Okay,
yeah, cool. Yeah, that's the perfect. That's it. That's funny. Even though I was falling asleep during this episode, I was whelmed with it. Like, I actually wanted to go back. I want to rewatch it and fully, get it all. I didn't like the back and forth banter between
the Prince.
The Prince and the warrior. Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like their relationship. That bothered me. The fight scene, though, again, another one where if they just explain themselves, everything will be fine. But no, we got to have this really cool fight scene, which it was a cool fight scene. I did like it.
That's mostly her fault, in my opinion, just because she just shows up like the fucking Predator.
Yeah.
Right. Because I was like, is the Predator in this series? Like, did I click on the wrong thing? What the fuck?
Right. You can't just blast a fucking vehicle out of the way.
Yeah.
And then just be like, hey, give me your shit. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not how this works in this timeline. Mm-hmm. So like, she should have known that. She should have known that, like, they had a thing. Like, they're going to fight to protect it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if she is the Black Panther from the future, it doesn't matter. She needs to talk.
Yeah.
And then not wait until she's getting her ass kicked and be like, no, stop.
I also feel like, being that she is the like future, she says she's the future mother of Wakanda or whatever, like the queen of Wakanda. She would have some sort of sigil, ring, something where she could just be like, hey, look, see right here. I'm the queen of Wakanda. Yeah. So you gotta, I'm clearly from the future. Just listen to me.
Because that was one thing that they brought up was like, prove you're from the future. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, well, the prince's mom is pregnant with her fourth child. It's got a girl.
Yeah. And
that's what turned the tide, after she got pulled back to her timeline.
Right.
It's like, well, that's a little late for that, but okay. I like the ending of this. I think the ending of this is what really pulled me over the top for it.
Huh.
Where it's like, they needed to put the axe back where it was, because the whole 3 episodes before, we're getting an object, bringing it back to Wakanda. That's what it is. Whereas this one was, you're supposed to do that. However, if you do that, you're gonna fuck this whole world up in the future. Yeah. You need to take it back so that Killmonger can eventually pull it from a museum to set that path in the MCU going.
Yeah.
So I like that. I don't know why. Yeah. It was really intriguing to me. And I was like, oh, that's really freaking cool. And so I don't know if it's part of that whole, like, it kind of makes me question why they even did this TV show, honestly, because it is 4 episodes and it really doesn't affect the MCU at all. But at the same time, like it does, this last episode hits on the whole time travel premise that we're
Yeah.
kind of in right now, where like you need to put an object back or you're going to get a variant timeline.
Yeah, which I thought that that's I think why I didn't like it, because I'm like, we've already seen this with the TVA like a billion times now.
Right.
So I was just like, okay. And then, like I said, the Days of Future Past sort of like rip off of it, and the solution was just literally like them fighting in the future and then them just trying to put the thing back, and then when they do, it's just like, okay, I get, did it work? We'll never know. And then it's just I don't know, it's just like, okay, that was a thing.
But it's like, as soon as they took it, that timeline was already there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, like ideally or whatever, it's like as soon as that was taken from that place, that end was already made up.
Right.
And they already sent somebody back. We're like, no, fuck this. Put it back. Put it back. That's crazy to think that it's that, because that means that like in their world of like time or whatever, like time is stacked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's one of those like I my brain hurts whenever I start thinking about that kind of stuff. I'm just like, I don't know. Like thinking about the different variants and stuff like that, like trying to keep track of it. I'm like, I don't know.
You're a Doctor Who fan.
Doctor Who fan?
A Doctor Who fan. That's
Fu.
We're gonna keep on with the TMU. That's the TMU version of Doctor Who.
That's funny.
I know. And I just, I get that. But like, I guess the thing like for me, like with the Marvel stuff, like there's so much more out there. I'm like, that intertwines. I mean, and it's not even just the comic books. It's even like just all the different TV shows and movies and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't know. It's one of those like, I just keep it in one thing so I can just follow. Like, it's just stupid.
You're putting too much thought into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, whatever, the time travel's whatever. Like it can be like they've said it's one thing and then they said it's another. So I just kind of go for whatever episode we're watching. If they say it's this way, I'm like, okay, it's this way apparently. The next thing that they talk about time travel will be something else.
Yeah.
I appreciate tying into the movie Black Panther with that artifact. I thought that was neat. I even like that they drew in a like animated version of Killmonger, like in that little museum, like going to retrieve it. I thought that was cool. But yeah, for the most part, like the fight choreography was good, but the solution to the problem was just kind of lackluster to me. This was the gore we talked about earlier. This was like, to me, the goriest episode because there are so many Dora Milaje that just fucking get impaled by the horde.
Yeah, that was the one I was talking about earlier too, where like, especially that one, the last one, where it's the general and talking to Queen, whatever her name is, and like it just comes up and just like snatches her, like Jurassic Park almost kind of thing, like just and then just takes off.
I think this is when I was like in and out of falling asleep because like I know what y'all are talking about, but like that's kind of the area that I need to like actually sit down and focus and watch.
Yeah, there's a close up shot of one of, I can't remember if it's the Panther or the Dora Milaje, but like there's a close up of a leg and they straight up like Starship Troopers her, where like one of the horde's like spiny legs just like stabs the person in the thigh and there's like blood everywhere and it's like I was like, wow. Oh damn.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Make it even better if it just like splattered on the
screen
camera lens.
Yeah. There were some parts that annoyed me, like where they meet future Panther meets like modern day Prince and whatever his name was, Kuda, and he says something like, you're Wakandan? And I'm like, yeah, dude, what? Like, she's dressed like a Black Panther. What makes you think she's not Wakandan?
Yeah, but it also makes you think like what did their Black Panther look like? Like she was kind of like a mech'd out almost like Black Panther.
But still,
because if you remember seeing like T'Chaka in Black Panther. Like,
Yeah.
he was not teched out or anything like that.
Well, he had a similar costume to T'Challa's,
T'Challa,
but
yeah.
his had more like formal robes, like wrapped around it.
Yeah,
But like, you also think about. I mean, I guess they just maybe assumed somebody else from some other world or time was there, because if you think about the time that they were where they were, like as whenever they were using like the powder for their guns and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, but you show somebody that's invisible with a freaking shield.
That's my point. Like, that's my point. Of like, bro, just look at her. Of course she's Wakandan.
Yeah. That's funny.
I appreciate them using a character that they'll probably never use from the comics.
Yeah,
The Horde. It's just they're space locusts. That's all you need to know. They've been used in like one comic run or something like that. So I at least appreciate that they did that. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just kind of okay. You started off strong. You kind of dipped a little bit. You brought me back up, and then you ended kind of with a fart.
It's funny that I enjoy the fart and you don't.
I mean, some people enjoy the smell of their own farts. So.
Well, y'all have anything else as far as that episode?
No, I think that's really. I was thinking like I mean in the main points that I had on it. I think
Nothing for this episode, but for the series as a whole, I would have maybe appreciated. I know I keep saying give them what they need, and I feel like maybe that's what they did with this, which I appreciate. Like, for the most part, everything was well paced, and I enjoyed it. Like, honestly, like I really did enjoy it. Like, someone asked me, what we were doing the podcast on, and I was talking to them last night, and I was like, "Oh, we're talking about Eyes of Wakanda." They're like, "Oh, did you like it?" I was like, "I actually really fucking loved it." Like, it was just kind of nice and refreshing, and because, like I said, it was short, sweet, to the point. I could just watch it, get on with my life, do some other stuff. Like, it was just nice.
Yeah,
and like in each episode wasn't like you were just waiting to see the next one, like a cliffhanger type thing. It was its own story for each episode, and I like, but they still tied in with each other. Like, you still had characters from the previous episode that were in the next episode, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that part of it as well. I liked that pacing of it, and I agree as far as it was just a refreshing, lighthearted kind of show to watch. It wasn't anything you had to like really pay attention to or see what other kind of things were hinted at in there or anything like that. It was just a good series. I'm with you as far as I would like to see some more, just to see what other kind of stories they could come up with and tie in with. But maybe it is just good to have just as a 4 episode, so that maybe you're not worn out by it or anything like that.
One and done kind of thing.
Yeah.
I agree with a lot of what y'all saying. I would like to see maybe a season 2 come out, another 4 episodes. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
And I would like to see it where like incorporated more things that happen throughout time and how Wakanda was somehow involved. Whether they help make it happen, whether they help stop it, whatever the case is, like they're always there. The Wakandans are always there. They're always watching.
Yeah. I mean, that tracks with the eyes of Wakanda. They're always watching.
Yeah.
That could be the tagline for season 2. Hey, Feige, if you want to send us a check, just our email is comicallycomicspodcast@gmail.com. If you just want to send that over. I agree. You kind of want, like, it's almost like the Assassin's Creed series where it's like the assassins were part of like every major event in history.
Yes. I would like that. And I'd be, like I said, down for another season 2. As far as like what I recommend to anybody watching this, like if you're into Black Panther, like check it out, because you don't have to know anything beforehand, and they tell you pretty much everything you need to know for each episode, and no prerequisites or nothing like that. If you're not into Black Panther, then probably not. I mean, I don't know that you'd be interested in it. So, and especially if you're not in animation, don't worry about it. I don't think you need to see this to know anything that's going on in the MCU.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't think you'll need to see this to know anything that's going to happen later on. I could be wrong. They may take things back, but yeah. So I kind of like the way this stands. So
Same.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the original Black Panther, then yeah, this might be spoilers for you. But you know,
Yeah.
if you haven't seen the original Black Panther, then where the heck are you?
Yeah. And I would recommend it if you're just like a fan, like Michael said, if you're a fan of like animation. I think because like
yeah,
I don't think like I'm not the biggest Black Panther fan. Like I liked the first one. The second one is kind of like just sad, and I don't really like. I rewatched it because it came on TV, but I was just like, this is a sad movie. I don't like this is such a like a vibe kill for me. So like I was kind of very like dubious about going into this, but I really enjoyed it from just the animation aspect of it. So I was just like, okay, this is cool. So I recommend if you're big into animation.
definitely a lot more fun than the second movie.
Yes. Oh yeah. It was more fun than Moon Knight. Let's be real here.
Poor Moon Knight.
Yeah, that's not a high standard.
No, it's really not.
He's got a season 2 coming out.
Yes, allegedly.
Are
I
you
don't know.
serious?
Is it for real or not?
It's for real. From what I've heard, it's like it is greenlit. They are getting a season 2. Jeremy, and guess what? We're gonna be watching that bitch too.
Yay!
Look
I'm
good.
so excited.
No, I look. Moon Knight needs to be redeemed, in my opinion. Like, let's make him actual Moon Knight from the comics. Let's not do
like
this.
if they will put him on that whole like the parental section of Disney.
Yeah.
Then great. I'm here for it. We'll see how it does. But if they don't do that, just skip it.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, next week we will not be talking about Moon Knight. We'll be talking about Peacemaker because season 2 starts. So
Which it
come
would
back for
be
that.
is definitely on the parental side of things.
Nah, it'll be fine. Watch this with your kids.
Yeah.
Get some popcorn, some soda, sit down as a family, hold each other.
And kumbaya. It'd be great.
And then when you're done, say, get the fuck to bed. In the meantime, Jeremy, where you going to be?
They can find me on Twitch under the handle Night Fury GTO. It's Night with a K, and you can find me here.
Awesome. Richard?
If you want to contact me directly, I have an X, the platform formerly known as Twitter and Instagram, a Blue Skies, and a Threads. My handle is Night Curry, night like day and night, and curry with a K. If you want to contact us directly, we have a Gmail. Our Gmail is comicallycomicspodcast@gmail.com. Looking for that check, Feige. And if you want to check us out on YouTube, possibly TikTok, we'll see, and Instagram, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics Podcast. And if you want to check us out on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics with an X.
All right. You can find me on Instagram, eBay, and Shortbox22_comics. You can also find me on YouTube at 22 Comics. Thank you all so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed as much as we did make it. All that being said, say goodbye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy. Bye.
Not bad, my pet. Not bad at all.